We're sitting pretty and we blessed to see another day. My baby sis and me, we glad we found another way. We're here today because we just want to make people smile. So sit back and relax because this is going to go out Tuesdays and Thursdays. Come chill with us. We having fun today.
Hey y'all, welcome to another segment with your friends at G.E.M. Today we're going to be doing Discuss with Us.
Discuss with us. Discuss with us. Yes, too. I played like old cartoon theme songs. I'm like, these was the
Right, because and that's why, honestly, for years, I don't know if you remember, but for years, I didn't let the kids watch no cable, no satellite, no nothing. Because you remember, I went to Value Village. It might have been
the VHS tapes.
Yep, yeah. The VCR.
Yep.
And I was like, nah, we taking it back.
Right.
Homeward Bound, The Mask, Looney Tunes Adventures, all the classics.
Because those were good and I guess wholesome to a certain extent.
Yeah. And then now these millennials trying to come and take our cartoons from back in the day and pick them apart and make them into something.
Did you see?
No, don't do it. Don't tell me.
Did you see Thundercats? Good night.
Good night, baby. Love you.
Oh, I gotta show you Thundercat.
Look, we recording the segment right now.
Right. She ruined it.
1, 2, 3.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull up Thundercats right now. Cause you remember. Yeah.
That's what I remember too.
Cause you remember them looking like these, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now, what is it? They got them looking like these.
Mm-hmm.
They dumbed it down so bad.
Mm. But that's just like them changing a F to the equivalent of a D.
Nah.
So now you can get a 60 something and still get a D.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. And in our day, anything below a 70 was an F.
Wow.
And I ain't mad because if your numbers and your percentages are showing kids aren't making it because of testing, because they did say doing certain tests weren't made for certain cultural backgrounds and stuff like that, wasn't made for them to succeed. And so I feel like in my head that's where they went with it. I hope that's where they went with it, because I don't want to think anything negative about why they did that. Mm-hmm. I want to try to stay positive because I'm rooting for the little people. I'm rooting for our future generations.
Right.
And I just don't want to see them being mistreated for any type of reason.
Mm-hmm.
Hold them to some high standards still.
Yeah. Withholding needed information for their future.
Right. Oh, but these teachers, child. When I was trying to teach a couple of them, how to borrow and subtract like we did back in the day.
Oh, man. Mm-hmm.
And, we carried.
I know.
And we crossed out. And nowadays,
they don't do that. I know.
They sending parents home red slips. Could you please refrain from teaching them this way because we do base 10 blocks. Right. I'm like, wait a minute. I ain't know what a base 10 block was until they brought home the explanation with a little piece of paper.
But no, because I remember like a little bit of sprinkling of base 10 being thrown in there when I was a kid. But it wasn't what they're doing now to the extent that they're doing it now. They might have thrown something in there just to make sure that you know what your ones and your tens place is, things of that nature. But we still, when adding and subtracting, we did carryovers.
Right.
They trying to do, okay, you make a line, you make the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you got to hop over with an arrow and then hop over again. And I'm
don't forget to cross out this row.
Right. Why are we doing all this to find what 2 plus 2 is?
And they wonder why they brought the grade scores down.
The teaching doesn't go with what's being taught. I don't understand, if it wasn't broken, why try to fix it?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, apparently, they are believing that it's broken, and that's the base 10 blocks are the way to fix it. But my thing about it is, who child? Because what works for one kid
doesn't work for the other.
Doesn't work for the other kid. Mm-hmm. And when you take kids and you put them in a box to where you feel like they can only learn it this one way,
mm-hmm. You're setting them up for failure.
You're setting them up for failure. Yeah. And you're creating this thing, because you know they already try to take a lot of the creativity out of schools and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like, schools are this entity that's teaching you to obey. Mm-hmm. Predominantly.
It's jail.
Yeah. Right. And so, and not saying all schools are bad, because like you got some really dedicated teachers out there who want to make the experience motivational, fun, right? You know, and give them that oomph that they need,
right? Because it's not really a knock on, you know, a lot of the good teachers. It's more along the lines of they have to follow whatever curriculum they have, yeah,
right.
But you know, them saying that, you know, all in all that it's wrong. How are you gonna teach this generation what's right if you were that same generation along with us who was taught the other way?
They got teacher workshops that teach them the other way.
That's so ridiculous.
And they don't do that way no more. Leave them alone with their base 10 blocks. I'm mad at them about their base 10 blocks. Right. Look, I ain't gonna leave it alone. Because I just think this is ridiculous.
It is.
I gotta fly away. Here we go.
And especially if a lot of people, just in general, a lot of adults, you know, when you get to adulthood and you find your career, you're not finna be using base 10 blocks regardless. A lot of companies and organizations go through calculators.
People got their notebooks in their back pockets waiting to take it out to draw up a base 10 block real quick. Like, hey, what you said that was? All right, hold on. Give me 20 minutes. No.
And, you know, with that, and then also with, okay, the way we might have done it may have been wrong, but we ended up with the right answer.
Right.
What's the problem?
I mean, I don't think the way that we did it was wrong. I think, like, more so when I say they found flaw in it, mm-hmm. they felt like someone felt that the base 10 blocks was a better way because, you know, it helps with the visual learning as well. Crazy. So, you know, I could get it to a certain extent, mm-hmm. but my thing about it is, don't take away something that is also working and can also work for a number of other people to replace it with the one thing you feel mm-hmm. like is only necessary.
Right.
Because, like I was saying, everybody learns differently. Like, what was good for the goose ain't always good for the gander.
Right.
And where you have one child that's really good with the base 10 blocks and figuring mm-hmm. it out that way, you have other kids that just want to see the numbers.
Right.
And are really good with numbers to the point where they can deduce what the answer is by just looking at the numbers,
right.
doing the carryover method,
right.
and getting, you know, what they need to get to. The borrow, carryover, whatever.
And I noticed also, like, in some of the equations that they'll give, the wording is kind of more technical. It's not as simple.
Don't even talk to me about words, because I thought I was going to die when I was in school. And they used to give them math problems, nothing but words. Hey, little Sally walked 7 kilometers in 7 days. If little Sally took 27 hours to get here, how many kilometers did little Sally walk? And I'm just like, where do we start? Like, which numbers was I supposed to be taking out again?
Was she at the bus stop going over to Jeremy's house? Or was she going over to Sam?
Right.
Whose house was she?
And was it a bike, some rollerblades, right. or a car?
Was it at noon? Because, you know, traffic is heavy.
What were the obstacles in little Sally's way that caused her to pause along
right.
the way?
Oh, my goodness.
Ooh, child. Little Sally ain't gonna never get to it. Little Sally been walking for some hours. Her 24 hours came and went and came again. Oh, goodness
That's
gracious.
Terrible.
Oh, speaking of schools, more serious matter. But I find it hilarious. So I'm probably gonna crack a couple jokes, but mm-hmm. in real life it's not funny. Guns in the schools. They want teachers to take guns to school, where in the Sally mathematic equation is that okay?
You know, I heard that too. That sounds like a Texas and Florida thing. No offense to Texas and Florida, but
That was
offense to
highly
Texas and
offensive
Florida.
Texas and Florida. Look,
They wild wested out there. Whoa.
I ain't say it.
Oh, wow. Look, I eventually want to go visit, so I ain't finna say nothing else. I just visit.
No. Don't. Just look here. Give me the license plate number of the Uber you taking. I need the flight number. I need, look, let me take a picture of your ID just in case.
Remember that other year we were gonna go? We were gonna go to Florida? Yeah.
And that's what I say, like, it's really sad to me because
It's gotten to that point.
right.
Yeah.
That's the saddest point about it. It's like we're in a world where it has gotten to a point where they're toying with the ideas of having the people that our children look up to when we're not around bring schools, even if it's locked away, but you're bringing guns to your classroom.
Yeah.
With 20-something kids or however many kids that you have in that one classroom. And that's just for one period.
And there's so many concerns, not just we've gotten to that point, but then now that we are at that point, that is what you shot to.
Right.
Not let's just go ahead with the security to pat down folks or metal detectors, but no, we're shooting straight to carry.
Honestly though, Chris, probably some of them schools already had metal detectors because, when we was going to school, metal detectors was a thing.
I ain't had that.
I mean, no, I'm not saying we had it in our school, but like schools had them at that time. And it's just like, we're already taking those, like a lot of preventative measures because, maybe they got too many cases where people were bringing in weapons or whatnot. But with this situation, you're basically saying, tear the metal detectors down. Everybody welcome. Yeah. Guns, knives, and all. You got some brass knuckles? Come on down.
Right.
Like, you're going to be admitted into this school.
Yeah.
But, and that's, and now I'm just making it really light, but it's such a heavy situation and a heavy concern because we have school-age children. Mm-hmm. And, goodness gracious knows I would never want to see anything come to, this area. I don't want to see it anywhere. But, like, what would you feel if the teacher of your child's classroom had a concealed weapon in that classroom?
Right.
What would be going through your head?
That's the thing about it is it doesn't matter how old you are with the weapon. If you're not in the right mind, you're just not in the right mind. And all it takes is for someone who you think is a good person or whatever. It only takes one situation to turn them into somebody who will use that weapon.
Right.
And
you don't know what's on somebody's mind.
Yeah, you just don't know. Going back to what you originally said, that shouldn't be a thing. Anywhere, no matter where you are, it's not okay for anybody to be bringing a gun into school. That's not what school is for.
It terrifies me.
Yeah, and as an adult, you being a teacher or you being the staff, you should know that off top.
But it's not necessarily. Well, some teachers do lobby for it because, especially those teachers in those really, really bad areas that have that concern on a regular basis, like violence, gun shootouts, whatever, like they've seen a lot. And so they may be more open to carrying versus someone who lives in an area where there's not as much violence. But ultimately, I don't know 100% on how that's going to go, but I don't know if it's going to be mandatory or if they're going to give the option.
And see, that's the thing. Why is it going straight to that? There are so many other options. Like, why not make something to where only the staff members know, right? But you have some type of protective thing to where if someone does pop out with a gun, something goes off and it's like pepper spray or something. But and then just everybody go get pepper spray. But hey, you didn't get shot.
But those are more funds. And speaking of more funds, I don't want to switch on y'all, but I'm finna switch on y'all. These school lists that come out at the beginning of, like right before, or during the end of summertime, right before school start, that want us to buy the dry erase markers, the staff snack
supplies and whatnot. Yeah.
They want us to buy the erasers for the board.
Yeah.
A 12-pack of Kleenex.
It stopped going from buying supplies for your child to buying supplies for the child, the rest of the class, and the teachers, and other staff members.
Yeah, what kills me is my kids will come home 2-3 weeks into school. I done just bought them like 10 packs of mechanical pencils. 10 packs with 10 to 12 pencils each. Mm-hmm. And they come home. Y'all got homework? Yes, ma'am. Well, go and do your homework. Why you ain't do your homework? I ain't got a pencil. Mm-hmm. How you ain't got no pencil in your mind? 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. How many pencils you done burnt through? I gave them to the teacher.
Yeah.
But, baby, when you gave them to your teacher, you didn't think you was going to need enough for the year?
Right.
My teacher said they was going to give me some, Mom, when I need it.
I didn't buy those for your teacher.
Right. And I when I put it in your backpack, my understanding was that's where it was going to stay. Ain't no way my child's supposed to come back home on the first day of school
with the zeros,
with nothing, one notebook, one pencil, and a pencil sharpener, and they ain't even got no number 12s. They got a mechanical. It's click, click.
Look, I just feel like if you make, I understand staff or teachers or whatever don't make much, but if you still make more than me and you doing better than me, you buy me and my child some supplies.
But supposedly that's what it was for. But I'm going to just tell you, back in my experience, when I was broke, and I couldn't afford to get the supplies, I ain't like that program. I ain't like that program at all. And then, another thing that kind of grinded my gears, because they have a Christmas program, and I was pretty broke for like several years, and I only got it 1 year.
They said we only have enough for 1 year. Sorry.
1 year. And I had parents coming up to me, oh yeah, I done got it for every year in the past that I needed it, and blah 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 blah. I'm like, wait. I signed the paper that said we was broke. I signed all the documents you asked of me.
They said you wasn't broke enough. Sorry.
Dude. You know we was broke. Like, it wasn't no paycheck to paycheck. It was month to month. Like, oh, child, Lord, I got $10 left, and I got a week of this month to go. 3 kids, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Yeah. But I'm going to hold on to this $10 because this is my just in case money. And then it's just like, and I know, like, anybody's situation could be better, could be worse. But I'm just saying, like, the school be getting you. Yeah. And then and it's not even like the teachers and like that. It's the like in the superintendents, the people that make the decisions on who they gonna pay, what they gonna pay, how they gonna pay them, and all this other stuff. Right. Because I don't know what they doing, but we pay a lot of taxes. And they get a lot of money going to school from the different states and stuff. And not to toot horn, but is a pretty good, well-off state. Yes. Overall. So you mean to tell me, in the government powers that be, you can't make sure, you already don't want to give free college, and I feel like that should be a mandatory thing. Like, everybody should, if you want an education, you should be able to get it regardless of what your background is. Right. But you mean to tell me, out of all the money that's trickling in from education, especially here, because you see so many people, so many young, old, middle-aged, whatever, going back to get that education, because out here they like, it's a big thing because it's about what you know and not who you know. Contrary to belief where we from,
right?
And it's like, so you actually, if you want it, you can get it out here if you willing to do the work,
right? It's just you. I don't know if you've ever gotten those notifications to your email about the school district, about what they're doing and all that kind of stuff. I'd be looking at those sometimes, and it'll say stuff like, "Oh, we're using funds to build more schools." But obviously, you're not supplying those schools.
Wait. And I'm going to let you finish. Mm-hmm. But I just saw something on the news where one of these cities in Washington State is closing down schools because it ain't enough students in the schools. But go ahead. I thought I'd just throw that point in there. But go ahead.
And with that, where's the money going? Where?
Open that wallet up. Insert funds. Close that wallet up. BMW store, here I come. I don't know.
And that's why, so though my kids are going to school from home now, K-12, all about it. But when they were going to school, the actual school, I had stopped doing that whole buying supplies and giving it to the teacher or whatever. Mm-hmm. I bought them supplies, kept them here. You go to school with one notebook and one pencil.
Right. They were going to get that to you anyway.
Right.
I might as well prepare you.
Right. And that's it. Like, if another kid don't have it, I'm so sorry. But it's too much money every single year with a whole new supply list. And for some reason, they don't ever go through all them supplies that you bought.
Right.
But you don't ever get them back.
Right. Never.
Ever.
They'll send you home some stuff you do not need.
Right. That should be a tax write-off.
No. That should be something that you kept in that classroom because you're trying to... Right. I got spring cleaning to do, people. Don't add to my list of things to do.
You know what? If all these kids have their own supplies, write their names on them, and whatever's left over from the end of the year, move it to whatever grade they're going to be in. Or if they moving, send it back. Don't just keep their stuff.
I had to give you that look real quick because that's wishful thinking. That is such wishful thinking.
For real. Like, I don't...
How many years you been fighting this fight? And you ain't got nowhere yet? Yeah. Your kids gonna be gone before they even breach that topic of conversation. They not stunting you and what you feel. They should be bringing back home. They finna use it for little Sue, Bob, and Joe.
Right.
I hope.
That's right.
Look here. That's why I don't send y'all with no receipts. No, just
for real, that's why y'all ain't getting no more supplies out of me. I'm sorry. I sure hate it.
Because my box is in my closet right now waiting for the school year to end and begin again.
Right. Man. So if any of y'all feel like interested, hit up K-12.
Now, my kids still go to school, but get you a closet box where you can put all your leftover supplies. Whatever you get, just put it in the box. Because I got 3 of them. I got 3 children. Mm-hmm. Ain't no way I'm finna send $100 to $150 worth of school supplies per child.
Right.
To school for them not to use. I'm already cutting corners because mine don't never be $100. Because Dollar Tree, Dollar General, all of y'all, I love y'all.
Wherever
y'all make it affordable and possible.
I know some of y'all are probably somewhere where the 99-cent store still exists.
And Walmart on every corner. Mm-hmm. Wally World on every corner. I mean, I ain't gonna say I shop there a lot because Dollar Tree is my go-to since out here Dollar Tree on every corner.
Right, yeah.
So I miss y'all Dollar General and Family Dollar. I'm sorry, but it ain't there up here. It makes me want to cry.
The 99-cent store.
Miss y'all.
Oh, and I know some of y'all don't even have the dollar store either. Y'all be having the 5 and up, 5 and below.
The 99-cent store that went up to $1.59 and up store. So now you go up in there and they got stuff for $9.99 in the $1.59 and up store. And they put it in $1.59 and up. Like in little handwriting. The kind you need the magnifying glass for to look it up. And I'm just like, what, $1.59 and up store, you can keep your stuff. I'm going to St. Vincent de Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I don't mind tearing off them first couple pages of the notebook if somebody wrote their name in it. That don't bother me.
Right.
That's 87 more good pages of paper in that 90-page notebook.
You know what I wonder too? When you do have those schools that offer those programs for kids who don't have supplies and stuff, and they give you that backpack, aka that sack, but don't they have the lost and found? What happened to that stuff?
Child, one child's lost is another child's found.
But where do they put all that stuff at? Where does that stuff go?
In a bucket in the hallway for whoever to pick up.
But I know they got stuff left.
But you know,
where does it go?
I ain't never asked. Didn't never really think too far into it. But good question. What I feel, if it's something that they could repurpose, like supplies or something like that, they probably reuse that. And it's probably something that they give the little J.D. Bob, Joe,
right,
Boo Boo Kitty at the beginning of the year. But anything else, like jackets that might not be the best or something like that. Because, you know, like, I done had teachers give my kids shoes before. And they be pretty nice shoes. And I'm pretty sure that might be from the lost and found. Because they only have so many sizes. And, you know, they only give you what they have. Because my baby was in like a size 5. And he got like a size 13 shoe from one time. Child, I told my baby, that's okay. You gonna grow into them. You ain't wearing them to school though, baby. Like, we ain't gonna do that. Right. But it was okay. Because I knew it came from a good place. Like, she had a good heart about it.
Right.
And, you know, like, our kids tend to throw on what they feeling. And you know, my young men, now that Dario's older though, like, he actually cares about what he wears and stuff like that. And you'll see him shining up his shoes. But my fat daddy.
Right.
My fat daddy will go put on some pants that got holes that ain't supposed to have holes in them.
He said every day is a party.
Right. He don't care if he put his shirt on inside out.
Right.
He don't care if the whole bottom of his foot is Fred Flintstoning it to school, but the top still got the cover on it from the shoe.
Right.
He gonna wear it because it's comfortable.
Hey, that's all that matters.
It's what makes him fit. And that's why they be giving us shoes, because even if we ain't broke, we look broke. Like,
golly.
And I be trying to tell him, like, ma'am, we okay this time.
Right.
Like we've come up.
Right.
Like, we've come a long way. I ain't saying we good, but we good.
Right.
And she's
said,
like,
oh,
no.
it's
okay, he can keep them. It just be so sweet, he can keep them. And I'm just like, okay, new pair of shoes now. One less pair of shoes, but
that you had to buy. Right. There you go.
Oh, what? No, in the year 2029, because you know they size 13.
Yeah.
So he got to grow into it. Yeah. So we can't forget the size differential from his petition.
Right. You know, that kills me too, is the way kids grow. Because my daughter, she's about to be 9. But she's wearing 11 or 12 right now.
Because they shoot up like little rockets until they don't no more.
Right.
And it's like, because Dario, he came from out of nowhere, because like one minute
Just
he was here, the next minute he was taller than me. Nothing but skin and bones. And then Daya, she couldn't believe it either, so she stood beside him. She was like, let me see. And so she got upset a little bit, so she was standing on her little tippy toes. She went and got her shoes on with the little platform, trying to trick somebody.
Right.
Nah, boo, you lose.
Right.
I'm sorry. You just didn't win this time. It's go round. It's not your time. Because, you know, she like her mama. She 5 foot nothing.
Oh, she's
5 foot nothing.
She's taller than you though, right?
No.
Yes, she is.
No, she's not.
For real? Why she feels like she's...
Because my baby wears a lot of little stuff with little lifts
on them. Yeah. I remember that.
I think she like 5'3". She might be like an inch shorter than me.
Because she was wearing some shoes one time and I was barefoot and she was taller than me. I was like, when? Since when?
Don't let her fool you. So that wraps up our first Discuss with Us. Discuss with Us.
Hey. Like that. That's so cute.
So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and we will be more than happy to answer any questions. And if you can think of any topics that you would like to hear us talk about, please feel free to get in touch with us. But thank y'all so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Oh,
I'm sorry,
man.
little Sally. Don't
Hope you
expect
eventually
us to
made
get you
it.
there. So that was the out. 1, 2, 3. Oh shit.
Hello again.